Can we all get a rip for Twitter's quarterly earnings report? When is the next quarterly earnings report? In 3 months? Fucking Twitter, man. Uncuckleavable. It didn't dip to 14 this time, though. It seems like it bottomed out at like 1570, which is actually positive if it doesn't dip more. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. The after hours, though, look like they're holding steady, which is good. And then the big dip you would expect to happen today when traders get to the market after the bad quarterly earnings. But after the last bad quarterly earnings, the support was at like $14, $14.03 almost on the dot. No, whatever. 1401, 1412, 1408, 14, 1403, 1402. Why didn't you sell when it started dropping and then buy again? Well, because unfortunately I'm not psychic, so I was unaware of exactly what was gonna happen. Twitter ads are absolute garbage and only getting worse. I understand making a comeback unless you release a new product that really gets a lot of users. Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the thing that I like about Twitter. Fuck, everything that I like about Twitter is just really bad for Twitter's business model. Like, I like that everything is so simple and it's not ultra fucking cluttered, and that the feed just goes chronologically, and that there's not like 50 trillion different ad modules and pop-ups and suggested, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I understand that, but those things are the things that make money, I guess, right? I hate Facebook. I really, really, really do. The only reason I have a Facebook is because I've got 20 or 30,000 followers on it. If I didn't, I would never make one today. I wouldn't even be tempted to. It wouldn't even be in my mind. I hate Facebook as a platform. It's so fucking cluttered. It's just disgusting looking at it. The blocks of fucking text and ads and games and suggested links and the way that it tries to curtail the fucking timeline and shit. Like, I don't know, like, I hate it. I hate Facebook. But those are like the features that make so much money. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, instead of adding features, they need to make a new product that's not just Twitter. Oh, a product that takes off. Well, like, I don't know fuck all about business, but I disagree. Not knowing fuck all about business, I disagree. Why can't Twitter just be happy with the 300 million users it has and then just work on refining its product and then work to monetize that? Like, it seems like it's not good enough for you to be a platform unless you can break like 1 billion fucking users. Like, people literally look at Twitter and they're like, 300 million users? Oh my god, you're literal poverty tier. Facebook has like 2 billion users and you only have 300. What the fuck is wrong with you? 300 million? Are you even a real company? Are you a GeoCities website? What's wrong with you? 300 million users? I've got a box in my fucking house that could run a server and serve content to those people. 300 million users? What is wrong? You're such a degenerate. Like, fucking 300 million users? That's a lot of fucking people. Like, I don't know, it feels like everybody has this expectation where, like, well, you need to literally be the size of Facebook or you're literal fucking garbage trash tier, you know? I don't know. They're just not making money this way. There's no monetize button that will make them a lot of money. The current business model doesn't work. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like instead of trying to refine their business model and start to monetize the user base they have, it seems like the obsession is we gotta get to 1 billion users. If we don't get to 1 billion users, we're fucked. Like, the conversations are never like, well, Twitter has 300 million users. How can they monetize? What do they need to do to monetize it? Instead, it's like, it needs a product to become bigger than Facebook. They need to do these things. 300 million active users isn't enough. We need to get fucking 500 million. We need 750 million. We need to get 1 billion. We gotta get these numbers. Like, and it's like, damn, dude, like 300 million. Fuck, dude, like, you really can't make money with 300 million people. You can't, like, refine your business model. You can't refine your product to a point where you can generate reliable revenue off of this base and then just have steady, like, I don't know, like, the thing is, when you have a lot of users, you can try bad ideas and they'll still make you money because you have so many users. I don't agree with that. No. Once you're past the 100 million user mark, you've already hit a level of scalability that's not going to be that much different between 100 million or 1 billion. A bad idea served to 1 billion people, like, if you can serve a bad idea to 1 billion people, it'll be okay. You could probably serve a bad idea to 100 million people and be okay. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. Like, I still think, well, hold on. 310 million active users. What is Facebook active users actually to 2 billion? I might have exaggerated. I think it's like 1.5 or something. Okay, 1.654. Like, you can't tell me that because Facebook has 5 times as many users, like, that, well, 310 million users, like, that's not enough. Like, this is a stable fucking thing. Like, I don't know. Destiny, the problem is the cost of their operation might double between 310 million and 1 billion, but the revenue would triple even if they had the same business model. Do you really think so? Like, I understand that there is scalability is important. I'm not disagreeing with you there, Hephaestus. Like, if I was to serve content to 100 people, I think that you could increase your revenue a lot and not increase the cost. How do you say it? There's a term for this in economics. It's like economy of scale or something. Where like if you have the factories to make 1,000 products, you probably can make 10,000 products, and you have to scale yourself up a little bit. But the income, your margin will grow, right? By doubling your production. It's not that much of a bigger investment in production, but the amount of product you'll be moving will be so much more greater, right? I lack the words to describe this, but I know this is a thing in economics, right? I don't believe that once you've hit 310 million users, I don't believe that there's this huge other stage that all of, like 310 million people. What is that? Like, that's like 5% of the world's population? Like, that's a big fucking number, right? Like, I don't know. Diminishing returns? No. When you grow as a business, it's the opposite of diminishing returns. I'm trying to think of how I can explain this. Let's say that this is a really, really, really important, actually, we'll talk about this for a little bit, because it's a really important concept. It's really important to understand this, because it gives you a good understanding into a lot of other things, okay? Let's say that I am building a product for people, okay? Let's say that I build a product, and I personally, working 40 hours a week, I'm able to build 10 products a week, okay? And I build 10 products a week, and I ship these products to people, okay? Let's say that to get to that next step where I can ship 10 products, let's say I want to get to a step to where I've got 20 people, okay? Well, if I'm going to do that, if I want to ship product to 20 people, I'm going to have to buy some special equipment or some new tools in order to be able to do this. So now I'm going to go make an investment. I'm going to make a capital investment in some sort of infrastructure and some kind of tool that's going to let me to increase my productivity, right? So I was making 10 in every 40 hours, right? I was making 10 every 40 work hours. Now I got some new tools and I'm fucking killing this shit, right? Now I'm shipping out 20, but I don't just do it now in 40 hours. I don't do 20 in 40 hours. I do 20 in like 10 hours, okay? Because I've hit that next level where my means of production have gotten so much more efficient that now I'm working really well, right? Now, because I'm able to do so many products, so much product at such a quicker, so much more quickly, I'm sorry, right? My cost of labor has gone down, the time I need to spend goes down. Well, now I can actually drop my prices. I can make more money, and I'm working more efficiently, right? Well, since I'm doing so much better, I can actually go up from 20 to, say, 100 customers. Now with 100 customers, I'm working the same amount of hours that I was before, but because I got this new infrastructure, I'm able to do the same amount of work as before, but my productivity has gone up so fucking much that I'm making way more fucking money, right? And say at 100 customers, say I can do 100 customers in 40 hours, well, now I want to buy a fucking factory that can do it, right? This factory can serve up to like 100,000 people, right? But I'm only doing 100 now. Or say a factory can serve up to 10,000 people, but I'm only doing 100. So I go and I buy the factory, and initially it kind of sucks dick because I'm only at 100, 200, 300, whatever. But as I continue to grow, since I've already made that initial large capital investment, the ability for me to serve more customers more and more and more and more as it grows, it doesn't require more and more and more capital investment at every step of the way because I've already made that initial investment. The growth in customers is just fucking like, it's kind of like fucking free money, but not really free money. The reason why this concept is important is because it's why it's really hard for startups or little guys to compete with big people, right? And big people have the ability to price you out of a market if they really want to. For instance, if I want to go and make something, if I want to make some kind of tech part, how do I do it? I've got to get the fucking boards. Do I outsource that? Do I manufacture that myself? Can I even do that? Do I have a fabrication plant to make fucking, circuitry and shit and computer chips and whatnot? Like, I can't do that. I've got to outsource all that fucking work. Like, I got to go and do all this shit. And as a little guy, my costs of doing business are going to be way, way, way high per customer. Whereas a giant fucking company already owns the factories or has licensing deals with factories. It's got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of customers, and it can do all of these operations so much more cost effectively because they're serving so many more people. Right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I think that was kind of a shoddy explanation. Somebody like in economics could do... somebody with like a degree in economics could explain this way better than I can, but it's like that concept is really important. I want to say this is called economy of scale, but I might be making that up. In microeconomics, economies of scale are the cost advantages that enterprises obtain due to size, output, or scale of operation, with cost per unit of output generally decreasing with increasing scale as fixed costs are spread out over more units of output. Yeah. So this thing, sure. I don't know what the fuck it means, but that's not really how it works anymore in Silicon Valley, though, because the introduction of startup accelerators / startup incubators drastically reduced the cost startups doing. Oh, sure, Apple is. I don't deny that some startups are maybe easier to get started, but any startup in fucking San Francisco wants to increase their customer base tenfold, right? Any startup, if you were to go and talk to like any fucking startup, well, 95%, I guarantee you, anybody writing software or doing anything like that, and you're like, hey, if I could get you 10 times more customers, would you be interested? Then of course they would. And not only would they do it, they probably wouldn't have to hire 10 times more employees to or increase all of their operating costs by 10 times to do it, right? Because of scalability, because serving more customers usually brings down the average cost per customer for the business, right? Oh, Destiny, I understand what you said about economies of scale, but can you explain how that intertwines with Twitter? Oh, I was just saying that if you have 300 million users and you can't monetize them, I don't think magically getting to 1 billion is going to allow you to monetize them. Like, 300 million is a fuck ton of people.